Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am your IOS English teacher for class 10, and today in today's chapter we are going to learn about a very famous personality who has done great efforts and contributions for the betterment and development of his own country as well as the whole Muslim world, and the personality is late King Faisal. So all of you please open your textbooks to page number 20, and you must hold a pencil with you, and you must have a notebook with you, and you will take quick screenshots when the slides will be shown to you and the instructions will be given to you. And I hope you all are doing well. Okay, so let's start the reading on page number 20, King Faisal. The late King Faisal of Saudi Arabia was born in 1907 and was the second son of King Abdulaziz ibn Saud. So, dear students, King Faisal was born in Saudi Arabia in the year 1907, and he was the second son of King Abdulaziz ibn Saud. He received religious education from his maternal grandfather, Sheikh Abdullah bin Abdul Latif. So, dear students, Faisal received his religious education from his maternal grandfather, Sheikh Abdullah bin Abdul Latif. Maternal means relations, whatever are from mother's side, are called maternal relations. Maternal grandfather means mother's father. Okay. After completing his education at an early age, Faisal started taking interest in the affairs of the state and helped his father in governing the country. So dear students, Faisal completed his education at an early age, and he started taking keen interest in the affairs of the state or the country. He also helped his father in governing the country. That means from a very young age he had this feeling of serving the country. So he also helped his father in governing the country. Okay, now he was made the governor of Hijaz when he was only 20. His first achievement as a ruler was that he was made governor of Hijaz, and that too at a young age of 20. He was just 20 years old when he was made the governor because of his leadership qualities. Later on, he served. Later on, he served as Saudi foreign minister, visiting several countries of the world, where he held important discussions and gained a great deal of experience. He also had the opportunity of holding the command of the armed forces of his country. After becoming the governor at the age of 20 years, he was also made the Saudi foreign minister, and he visited several countries of the world. Faisal held important meetings and discussions and gained a great deal of experience. And the students, now we are moving towards the second paragraph. After the death of King Abdulaziz, his eldest son Saud became the king, and Faisal was made the crown prince and prime minister in 1958. Now, dear students, what happened? After his father's death, that means after the death of King Abdulaziz ibn Saud, Faisal's elder brother Saud became the king, and Faisal was made the crown prince. The meaning of crown prince is a male member of a king's family that is first in line to inherit the throne and become a king. That means whoever is the king in case of any emergency or after the death of that king, the crown prince becomes the king of that country, and he also became prime minister in 1958. Saudi Arabia was in serious difficulties at that time. Faisal used his wisdom and intelligence to overcome these difficulties. Dear students, when Faisal was made the prime minister in 1958, at that time Saudi Arabia was going through a bad phase, was in serious difficulties. But Faisal used his wisdom and intelligence to solve those problems and difficulties. In 1960, he resigned from the post of the Prime Minister but accepted it again in 1962. Dear students, in 1958, Faisal was made the Crown Prince and the Prime Minister, and he used his intelligence and wisdom to solve the difficult situations of Saudi Arabia. But in the year 1960, after 2 years, he resigned from the post of the prime minister. But somehow in 1962, he again accepted the same post. Now we are moving towards the last sentence of the second paragraph. His elder brother, King Saud, fell seriously ill in 1964 and Faisal was chosen as the king by the Council of Ministers. Then what happened? Faisal was already the crown prince, but suddenly what happened? In the year 1964, King Saud fell seriously ill and eventually Faisal was chosen as the king by the Council of Ministers. Now, dear students, this was the explanation of the first two paragraphs of the chapter, King Faisal, in which we saw some political achievements of Faisal. And now, in the next two paragraphs, you are going to know about the achievements of Faisal as a king. Page number 20, third paragraph. King Faisal was devoted to Islam. He was a good Muslim and led a simple life. He did his best to see his people live according to the teachings of Islam. He possessed great qualities of leadership and proved to be an able ruler. He loved his people and ruled the country wisely and justly. Now, dear students, King Faisal was deeply devoted to Islam and he was a good and a true Muslim and he led a very simple life. Even though he was a king, he led a simple life. He did not live a lavish life like I am a king, I must live lavishly. He led a simple life and he also tried his best to see the people in his kingdom live their lives according to the teachings of Islam. That means he wanted his people also to lead a simple life according to the teachings of Islam. And King Faisal possessed great qualities of leadership and he also proved to be an able ruler by his servings for his services for the country. He loved his people and ruled the country wisely, that means intelligently, and justly, that means reasonably, fairly, or without giving injustice to anyone. Under his rule, Saudi Arabia made great progress in many fields. He spent a lot of money on the development of his country. So, King Faisal loved his people and he loved his country to be, and he wanted his country to be very much prosperous. And under his rule, Saudi Arabia made great progress in many fields. Why? Because he worked a lot for the progress of his country. Saudi Arabia prospered a lot, and that means progressed a lot in all areas under the rule of King Faisal. As a king, he always thought uh, of the development of Saudi Arabia and spent a lot of money for the development of the country. The main source of income for Saudi Arabia is mineral oil, and he made every effort to increase its production. As we all know that the main source of income for Saudi Arabia is mineral oil. So King Faisal made every effort to increase the production of mineral oil. He just did not do trading on that mineral oil. He also made efforts to increase the production of mineral oil, which was the greatest natural resource of Saudi Arabia. New factories and mills New factories and mills were set up in Saudi Arabia and industry made great progress. Vast areas of the desert were irrigated and new lands were brought under cultivation. So, dear students, King Faisal also set up many new factories and mills and industry made a great progress in Saudi Arabia and vast areas, that means large areas of deserts were irrigated and new lands were brought under cultivation. As we all know that Saudi Arabia is a desert country, is a desert area, but King Faisal used many areas, large areas of deserts, and they were irrigated, means they were made able so that some plants or trees crops can be grown. So deserts were changed into areas where some trees could be grown under the rule of King Faisal. The fourth paragraph, page number 20. Faisal considered education very important for the progress of his people. He opened many schools where education is free for all. He set up several universities where students are not only given free education but are also awarded stipends to meet other needs as well. So, dear students, King Faisal gave a lot of importance to education. He considered education very important for the progress of his people and his country. That is why he opened many schools in Saudi Arabia. And after opening the schools, not only schools were just open for education, he also took care that education was free for all. Apart from schools, he also set up several universities where education was not only free for all students, but students were also awarded stipends. Stipends. Stipends means reward money given to the students, or we can also call scholarship money given to the students. And with that money, they also fulfill their other needs. He also spread a network of hospitals and dispensaries all over his vast kingdom. Now, a Bedouin living even 1,000 kilometers from the capital will find a hospital or dispensary not far from where he lives. Along with industry and education, King Faisal also paid attention towards the medical facilities of his country, and he wanted to modernize the medical facilities in his country. So he took great care to develop Saudi Arabia in medical fields as well. And for that, he spread a vast network of hospitals and dispensaries all over his country. Bedouin, the word written is Bedouin, Bedouin. Bedouin means local Saudi Arabians who are nomads. Nomads means people who change their place of living. They change their place of living here and there. They don't live at a single place. They have to change their place of living. So King Faisal opened so many hospitals and dispensaries that a Bedouin will not have to travel long distances to see a doctor. He could easily find a hospital or a dispensary where he lived. So whenever he wanted to avail medical facilities, the Bedouin will find the medical facility in the area where he lives. He will not have to travel towards the cities for medical help. If you visit KSA, that means the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you will find hundreds of Pakistani doctors, nurses, and teachers serving their Arab brethren. Because of the vast network of education and hospitals and dispensaries in Saudi Arabia, many people have got the chance of employment in Saudi Arabia, and many people from Pakistan are working in Saudi Arabia like as doctors, as nurses, and as teachers. So, dear students, this was the reading and explanation of page number 20. Now, let's move towards page number 21 and 22. On these pages, in these remaining paragraphs, we are going to learn about the international relations and workings of King Faisal. Page number 21. The king helped the needy and the poor and provided many facilities to the pilgrims. He had a strong wish to unite the Muslims of the world and did his best to bring the Muslims living in different countries closer together. His services in making the Muslims conscious of the need for brotherhood can never be forgotten. So, dear students, King Faisal helped the needy and the poor people. He provided many facilities to the pilgrims. Pilgrims are people who visit Makkah and Medina for Hajj and Umrah as well. King Faisal also had a strong wish to unite the Muslims. He had a strong desire to unite the Muslims of the world, and he did his best to bring the Muslims of different countries closer together. And he made remarkable services in making the Muslims conscious of Muslim brotherhood and unity. And his contribution in uniting Muslim countries can never be forgotten. And now it becomes our duty to continue his struggle for the achievement of this unity that will make us strong Muslim countries of the world. He practiced what he preached and assisted the Muslim countries of the world. He was an equal partner with Pakistan in holding the Islamic Summit Conference at Lahore in 1974. King Faisal not only uh, told anything, he did whatever he preached, whatever he did himself, whatever he said to the people, he did himself, and he assisted and helped the Muslim countries in uniting and becoming prosperous in the world. And along with Pakistan, King Faisal held the Islamic Summit Conference at Lahore in 1974, in which the leaders of all Islamic countries had participated. Now, the meaning of summit is a meeting between leaders of different countries of the world. Now, page number 22. King Faisal was a friend, sincere friend, and a well-wisher of the people of Pakistan. He gave generous help to his country on several occasions. Perhaps no one outside Pakistan could be more unhappy than King Faisal was on the separation of East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. Dear students, King Faisal was a very sincere friend and a well-wisher of Pakistan. He has always given generous help to Pakistan whenever there was a need. In his lifetime, he always helped Pakistan generously whenever there was a need. He was such a well-wisher of Pakistan. He wanted Pakistan to be so much prosperous that he was very unhappy on the separation of East Pakistan. East Pakistan, which is now called Bangladesh. He was very much unhappy when East Pakistan separated from Pakistan. He was against the state of Israel because of its enmity towards the Arabs. He strengthened the Arabs in their war against Israel. He felt deeply grieved when Israelites set the Al Aqsa Mosque on fire. He made every possible effort to get back the Arab territories under the illegal occupation of Israel. So, dear students, the explanation of paragraph number 6 is King Faisal strengthened the Arabs against the state of Israel, and because of its enmity towards the Arabs, enmity means Israel was the cruel enemy of Saudi Arabia. And because of this enmity towards the Arabs, King Faisal was also against state of Israel. He felt deeply grieved. That means he was very sorrowful when the Al-Aqsa Mosque was set on fire by the Israelites. King Faisal made every possible effort to get back the Arab territories which were under the legal occupation of Israel. Now, dear students, we are moving towards the last paragraph of the chapter, on page number 22. This great king died in an assault by a wicked nephew of his on 25th March 1975. The Muslims all over the world mourned his death. The people of Pakistan in particular felt deep grief at this sad news. There was not a single house in Pakistan which did not mourn his death, as if an elder of the family had passed away. To mourn means to feel sad, to show deep sorrow, deep grief. Okay, so King Faisal died in an assault. Assault means a physical attack with an intention to kill someone. He was assaulted by his wicked nephew on 25th March 1975. And when King Faisal died, the people of Pakistan especially felt deep grief like an elder member of their own family had departed. And with the death of King Faisal, not only Saudi Arabia but the whole Muslim world lost a sincere and a bold leader. Dear students, he lived like a soldier and died like a martyr. With his death, not only the Saudi Arabia but the whole world, Muslim world lost a sincere friend and a bold leader. Dear students, if we overview the life of King Faisal, he lived like a soldier and died like a martyr because he was always on work and always he thought for the development of the Muslim countries and his own country, and he wanted to keep the Muslim countries united. He was the religious leader of the Muslims. He was the religious leaders of the Muslim and guardian of two holy places of Makkah al-Mukarramah and Medina. Dear students, King Faisal was also the religious leader of Muslims and the guardian of two holy places of the Makkah al-Mukarramah and Medina. You might have heard the word Khadimain, Haramain Sharifain. Collectively, when Medina and Makkah are collectively called, they are called Haramain Sharifain. So he was the guardian of the two holy places. The Muslims of the world who have great love and respect for him will remember him as a noble and pious Muslim leader, and his name shall live forever in their hearts. So, dear students, the Muslims of the world will always have great love and respect for King Faisal and will remember him as a noble and a pious leader, and his name will always remain in the hearts of the people. Now, here the word pious means very religious, to follow the religion deeply. So, dear students, this was the reading and explanation of the lesson. And now, as you have seen that there are many important dates and many years mentioned in the chapter, and there are also many important events. So, I have divided the whole chapter into three parts, into three presentations. So you are instructed to take screenshots whatever will be displayed on the screen, and these screenshots will help you learn the chapter more deeply, more clearly, and you will be able to complete all your work with the help of these slides. So please be ready to take the slides. In the first slide, in the first presentation, I have divided the chapter into three parts. In the first part, I will show you a timeline of important years and events of King Faisal's life. In the second presentation, we will see about King Faisal. How was he as a person? How was he as a king, and how was he as a Muslim? And in the third presentation, you will see the developmental work which took place under the rule of King Faisal. So please take the screenshots now. In continuity, you will take the screenshots of all the slides which will be presented to you. So be ready. The first year mentioned in the chapter is 1907. Faisal was born in this year, and he was the second son of King Abdul Aziz ibn Saud. Faisal received his religious education from his maternal grandfather, Sheikh Abdullah bin Abdul Latif. After completing his education at an early age, he started taking keen interest in the affairs of the state and helped his father in governing the country. Here, two important points you are getting, that King Faisal received his religious education from his maternal grandfather. Maternal grandfather means mother's father. And he completed his education at an early age, and he started helping his father in governing or ruling the country and ruling the country. Now, the next slide is 1927. Faisal was made governor of Hijaz at the age of 20. Dear students, he was just 20 years old when he was given this supreme responsibility of governorship. He was made the governor of Hijaz at the age of 20 years. Later on, after becoming the governor of Hijaz, he served as Saudi foreign minister, and he visited several countries of the world and held important meetings and discussions with the leaders of different countries. And in this way, he gained a lot of experience. He also had the opportunity of holding the command of Saudi armed forces. He also held the command of the armed forces of Saudi Arabia. After the death of King Abdul Aziz, his eldest son Saud became the king of Saudi Arabia. Saud was the elder brother of King Faisal, and Faisal was the second son of King Abdul Aziz ibn Saud. In 1958, Faisal was made the crown prince and prime minister. When his brother became the king, Faisal was automatically made the crown prince because he was the next to inherit the throne. And Saudi Arabia was in serious difficulties at that time, but King Faisal used his wisdom and intelligence to overcome these difficulties. Here we cannot mention King Faisal because at this time he was made the crown prince. King Faisal is fluently coming out, but here we will just call him Faisal. So Faisal used his intelligence to remove the difficult situation of Saudi Arabia. Now comes the year 1960, in which Faisal resigned from the post of prime minister. In 1962 again, he accepted the post of prime minister. He again had to accept the post of the prime minister. Faisal's elder brother, King Saud, fell seriously ill in the year 1964, and then eventually Faisal was chosen as the king of Saudi Arabia by the Council of Ministers. So in the year 90, when did King Faisal become the king of Saudi Arabia? He became the king. He was chosen the king by the Council of Ministers in the year 1964. King Faisal ruled his country justly and wisely. He was a good Muslim and led a simple life. He invested a lot of money for the development of Saudi Arabia. King Faisal had a strong desire to unite the Muslim countries sorry, of the world, and he made the Muslims conscious of the need of Muslim unity and brotherhood. So, King Faisal he made great efforts to unite the Muslim countries of the world so that they can prosper in the world and become strong Muslim countries. And he also made them realize the importance of Muslim brotherhood and unity. King Faisal practiced what he preached and assisted the Muslim countries of the world in becoming united. He not only preached, he also acted upon what he preached. And in 1974, he was an equal partner with Pakistan in holding the Islamic Summit Conference at Lahore. In 1974 at Lahore, a summit was organized in partnership with King Faisal. Summit means I have told you the meeting between leaders of different countries of the world. Another meaning of summit is a great height, but here the relevant meaning is a meeting between different leaders of the world. King Faisal was a well-wisher and a sincere friend of Pakistan. He helped Pakistan in times of need. He was very unhappy on the separation of East Pakistan. East Pakistan became Bangladesh after separation. King Faisal was very much sorrowful on the creation of Bangladesh because he was a very sincere friend and a well-wisher of Pakistan. That's why he was very unhappy with this incident. 1975. This great leader and a noble and a pious Muslim died in an assault by his nephew on 25th March. He was killed by his nephew. The death of King Faisal was mourned deeply in Pakistan as if an elder member of the family had passed away. The Pakistanis were very much sad on the uh, death of King Faisal, and they felt like their own family member had passed away. So, dear students, this was the presentation number 1 in which you learned about the important events, dates of the life of King Faisal. Now, this is the second presentation. Don't miss to take screenshots. This is about King Faisal. King Faisal was greatly devoted to Islam. He was a good Muslim and led a simple life. He also wanted his people to live their lives according to the teachings of Islam. He practiced what he preached. See, dear students, this is a very important point. He practiced whatever he preached. To preach means to say something, to tell something, to advise, to teach people. He always did whatever he preached. He possessed great qualities of leadership and proved to be an able and just ruler. He had great leadership qualities and he also proved them that he was a good ruler. King Faisal was against the state of Israel because King Faisal was against the state of Israel because they were severe enemies of Arabs. He strengthened or trained the Arabs in their war against Israel. He felt deeply grieved when the Al-Aqsa Mosque was set on fire by the Israelites. King Faisal made all possible efforts to get back the territories of Saudi Arabia, which were under the occupation of Israel, that means which were occupied by the Israel. King Faisal was the religious leader of the Muslims and the guardian of the two holy places, Makkah al-Mukarramah and Medina. He helped the needy and the poor. He provided many facilities to the pilgrims who visited Makkah and Medina. So, dear students, now we are moving towards the third presentation. Please, again, I'm instructing you, please don't miss to take screenshots. These are very important topics. Now, Saudi Arabia made great progress in many fields under the rule of King Faisal. See, there are four columns here. First is industry, medical, education, and desert areas. I have classified the developmental work done by King Faisal under his rule. Efforts were made to increase production of mineral oil. New factories and mills were set up in Saudi Arabia, and great progress was made. A vast network of hospitals and dispensaries was spread all over the kingdom. Kingdom means Saudi Arabia. Even a local Bedouin could easily find a hospital where he lived instead of going to cities for availing medical facilities. Now, in the field of education, Saudi Arabia prospered a lot because education was considered important for Saudi Arabia, and King Faisal opened many schools and universities with free education for all. Students were also awarded stipends to meet their other needs. Now, vast areas of desert were irrigated and brought under cultivation. Now the word meanings. Please take screenshot. I have given the meanings of difficult words of the chapter. Now the next slide. Please take a screenshot. These questions are present in your textbook on page number 23. Page number 23. There are 10 questions, and on page number 24 there are 2 questions. Page number 23 and 24 you have to take the screenshots, and next is the home task. Whatever you have to do in your fair copies, copy down the word meanings, complete all questions and answers in your fair copy, and you also have to do the textual exercise D on page number 23, 24. Just fill in the blanks from, you have to select words from the text itself and complete the blanks. The next slide will be of MCQs, and all this work is to be completed in fair copy by you all. Now quickly take the screenshots. The late King Faisal of Saudi Arabia was born in Dash 1903, 1904, 1905, 1907. He received Dash education from his Dash grandfather, religious maternal, religious paternal, social maternal, technical maternal. Faisal was made the Crown Prince and Prime Minister in 1968, 1928, 1958, 1960. Next is he loved his people and ruled the country wisely and dash justly or calmly or well or badly. Next, the main source of income of Saudi Arabia is dash. Is it vegetable oil? Is it crude oil? Is it mineral oil or olive oil? Next, King Faisal died in an assault by a wicked nephew on dash 25th March 1975, 2nd March 1975, 26th March or 28th March. You have to select the correct option. The Muslims of the world will remember King Faisal as a noble and dash Muslim leader. The first word is pious, strong, silent or brave. So dear students, I hope you all have taken the screenshots and you all have to complete this work in your fair copies as instructed already. And this was all from my side in reading and explanation and your home task. Take care, stay safe, stay home. Allah Hafiz.